morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on Giving Tuesday. On behalf of Friends of Hyde Park Zoo, my name is Sarah, and I am one of the board members. We are so proud to be here today at Hyde Park Zoo on a beautiful snowy day, which is Giving Tuesday, and we're honored to have with us Sonia, one of our zookeepers, and a few friends.
Yeah.
So,
sorry, I was going to say this is Tango, and this is Stardust, and we've got quite a few more llamas in behind us as well, but I think Tango is going to be our star today.
Sounds excellent, excellent. So what we've done is we've compiled some questions which have been given to us through Facebook by our supporters and our followers. So I'm going to ask Sonia these questions, and then if you have any questions, you can always send them to us, and we can always ask the zookeeper at another time, and we can post the answers on our Facebook, our Twitter, or our Instagram. So Sonia, tell me, why did you want to become a zookeeper? How did you become a zookeeper? And first, how long have you been at Hyde Park Zoo?
I've been at Hyde Park Zoo for 16 years. I've been doing zookeeping for 18 years. And it'll be, my anniversary is in May next year for 19. I have always liked animals. My father is a nature lover, so since he's been enjoying that, I've kind of enjoyed that with him. And I don't know, I just wanted to do something with animals. So when I was in school, I decided to stick with all the sciences, and that's what I did. And I went to the University of Guelph, and I took zoology. And when I came out, I was lucky enough to find a job.
Fantastic. And Sonia knows all the animals here, as you will be hearing also. So Sonia, can you just introduce us to your three friends here who are also wanting to join in?
Yes, they have lots to say. Those are our geese. We've got one gander and two geese, and they're kind of our watchdogs. They like to do a lot of talking. They're keeping an eye on you guys for sure, and they like to interrupt quite a bit too, and they make a lot of noise.
They gave us a wonderful greeting when we first got here this morning, so they've calmed a bit. So people want to know, are the capybaras friendly, and can you as a zookeepers actually pet and touch them?
The capybaras are a bit shy. They're not unfriendly, but they're a little shy. We have been able to touch them, mostly Bonnie. Clyde is pretty skittish. But most of the time when I touch them, it's usually when they're eating. Like we put their food out, and sometimes I can reach out and pet Bonnie on the nose while she's eating, and it's sort of a way to desensitize her to us. And actually, one of my coworkers, Bryn, has actually had her in a harness once or twice as well. It's something we're working on to see if we can actually take her for a walk. She's kind of willing, so, but most of the time we don't bother touching them. They're just too shy, too skittish. If you reach out, then they'll take off running. But they come back quickly. They really love their snacks. So they're always looking to see if you got a snack. And if you do, they're right behind you.
Because when Bonnie and Clyde went on their excursion around the park, Willow, a capybara on a harness, actually went looking for them, because we wondered if Willow would be able to sense and smell where the capybaras were. So they can't be harnessed. So it'll be interesting to see Bonnie walking up and down the zoo. Are there other animals that the zookeepers can approach and touch?
Yeah. Obviously, we got the llamas. They've all been trained, so they're good for walking. Some of them, more than others, really love to be petted. We have Luna, who's over there. She loves to have scratches. And then you got Jet right here. She just likes to get in everybody's business.
Hello, gorgeous.
We can also touch the emus. Sonny in particular, he really likes neck scratches. He's very nosy. He likes to come over, see what's going on. And then when he comes over, you can give him scratches on the neck, and he just stands there and just enjoys it. We can also touch, most of the rest of the animals that we can touch have all been bottle fed at one time. So our island cow, Fergus, he can be touched. He doesn't love it necessarily, but he doesn't get too bad about it. our bison Benny. He was a bottle-fed baby, and we can still touch him. He's 2 years old now. He's almost full size, but you can still go up there and give him touches and rubs and everything. He loves that. And we have 2 Barbary lambs right now who have been bottle-fed. And they're very sociable. They're very friendly. They come over and see us all the time. You go in there, they're in your business, just like Jet here. They like to come over and see what you're doing, and they do a lot of talking too. But they love scratches, just like Jet.
I love to see how friendly the animals are, though. It really shows that. I know you're the one who feeds them. But it really shows that they do enjoy people, and I know that when the zoo is closed, the animals really do miss seeing and watching the people. All right, I'll ask the next question. You may change your answer on this one now. Do you have a favorite animal, and why?
I've got a few, and usually it's almost always the ones that interact with us the most. Quite often it's babies that we've bottle fed, and sometimes every season you have a new baby, and so they're your new favorite.
Yes.
But I would say in general, I think Benny the bison is my favorite. He's a big boy now, but he was just a little guy when we had to have him bottle fed because his mother wasn't producing enough milk. So he started getting weaker, so we had to pull him out. He ended up spending about a week at the vet's office and blowing in my ear. He spent a week at the vet's office, and then he came to us and we had to take him to bottle feed. He got pretty used to us pretty fast, so it was a lot of fun. He got big really fast, but every time he would see you, he'd start honking, and he'd come running over to see what you're doing if you got a bottle. And even now he's still great. He loves to play with his toys. He's got a hanging barrel that he loves to beat up. Quite often you hear the bell ringing because we have a bell tied to it, and you can hear him beating that up and playing. And even just this morning, with all the new snow we got, he was feeling very frisky. So he was running around the pen, kicking up his heels, trying to get Jasper to play with him too. And Whistler was running around with him. She's the other female that we have in there, and they were all playing together. It was really a lot of fun to watch this morning. So he's one of my favorites for that reason.
Oh, that's sweet. That's very sweet. And I know he likes to play soccer as well.
He does. He's got a couple balls in there to play with, and he knocks those around as well. And when Christmas is over and everybody's throwing out the Christmas trees, we go in the neighborhood and we collect a whole bunch and we bring them and we give them to Benny to play with, and a lot of the other animals too. He just goes nuts for it. When he sees you pulling a tree out from where we stash them, he already comes running to the fence and he starts honking and barking. He's like, whoa, like he's getting really excited about that tree. So when you throw it in, he just tears it apart. He tosses it with his horns. He's always nibbling on it and breaking the branches and everything. So there's a lot of action when we throw a tree in.
I've seen a lot of the animals really enjoy the Christmas trees, which is lovely. Can you describe well, I guess you've almost just described the personality of your favorite animal, and you've given us stories. So Benny's been at the zoo. How long's he been here? Was he born
2 years.
into the zoo?
He was. He's 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. When they're babies, they are absolutely, well, all our babies are adorable, but I remember Benny, he was absolutely gorgeous.
Yes. We have some videos on Facebook on the Friends page.
Yes.
If you want to see them.
Yes, lots of great photos and videos. Which are the silliest animals? And do you have any stories you can tell us which we promise not to pass back to the animals?
Okay, I would say the silliest animals, even though Jet here is being pretty silly, the silliest animals are definitely the reindeer.
Oh,
by far. They are so goofy. They are so funny. You go into the pen, everybody comes running over to greet you and see what you're doing. Anytime you're working in there, like we have a vehicle, like a little tractor that we take in. As soon as you bring that to the gate, they're at the gate waiting for you. You have to have somebody to go in and play goalie, keep them out of the way while you're driving in. And then if you go in there, if you leave the doors open, they will actually step inside, look around, taste things. They're always licking the vehicle. They're checking out things inside. It's a lot of fun to watch. And then they, anything you're doing in there, can you come get her?
She's a camera hog.
The other thing to do is anything you're working on, like for instance, this summer, Christy and I put up shade cloth.
Yes.
And so we had a box all set up, and the reindeer right away, we had Flurry. He had his face in the box, checking it out. Everything he pulled out, he investigated. He gave a little nibble. When we spread the shade cloth out to make sure it fit okay, he was walking on top of it, flattening it for us. And then when we tied it up to make sure the ropes were the right length, we had it up probably about reindeer chin height.
Mm-hmm.
And he had his face on it. He was checking it out, bouncing his face. He was trying to put his hoof on top of it. He was underneath. It was a lot of fun. They're hilarious. They're so silly. They're like toddlers. They really are. They get into everything, and they're just in your face all the time, just checking out what you're doing. Right, Jet?
And again, lots of photos and videos on the Friends of Hyde Park Zoo Facebook page.
Yes.
All right. So, okay, complete distraction here, believe me.
The star of the show.
Yeah. Which animals enjoy the winter the best?
Okay, we've got a few.
Yes.
The yaks really love the winter.
Right.
The bison love the winter, and definitely the reindeer.
Yeah.
They hate the summer. They spend a lot of time in the shade and up in their shelter to stay cool. But in the winter, the reindeer are out all the time. They're always busy marching around, and you see them a lot more, which is great.
Lovely.
So, yeah.
Because people often ask us, do the animals stay in the zoo for the winter? And the answer is yes.
Yes, they do.
Now,
Yeah.
which I know that I think the one. Okay, so who likes the winter the least? Do you think?
I would say probably the Barbary sheep.
Oh,
And maybe the capybaras.
yeah.
They don't really like to get snow on their feet.
Oh dear.
When they go outside and there's a little bit of snow, then the foot's in the air. And it's like, oh, I don't know about that. So usually what we do is they have access to come and go as they please. They have a heater inside. And where they go out and where they like to hang out, we usually put straw down so they don't actually have to touch the snow. They can just be on the straw instead.
Pampered animals,
Yes.
I will say.
As Jet can attest to.
Yeah, so Jet is really wanting to be the star today. We have no problem. Well, I have no problem with that. I don't know about Sonia, but I have no problem
She keeps
with that.
blowing in my ear.
Yeah.
But oh well.
So we want to thank everyone. We want to particularly thank Sonia and Christy, who's been here helping us as well. Christy is another of our zookeepers.
Hi.
We actually have 4 zookeepers down at the zoo. Sandy and Bryn do a different shift. So we always have zookeepers here. And as you've heard, these animals, well, I will say they're like their children. They really are. They are well loved, well looked after. And the Friends of Hyde Park Zoo would like to thank the zookeepers for all their work. And yeah, I think we're going to have to do a wrap. But thank you for joining us. Thank you for donating through Giving Tuesday. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you again once the zoo is open. When it is open, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and you will learn all we have to know about us and the zoo. Thanks so much. Have a great day, everyone.